Impossible.
How many laptops you've gotten in today?
Okay.
And I want to see if they're all here.
Scammers are always looking for a quick payday, but when they step into hardcore pawn, they better be ready for Les and Seth. In this jaw-dropping moment, a slick con artist tried to pull off a $50,000 scam, thinking he could walk away clean. But what he didn't expect was to get caught red-handed on camera. Let's get right into it, shall we? This angry lady makes her way into the pawn shop holding a TV. Looking at this lady, you would honestly think she had the strength of a rhino and was ready to beat up everyone in the pawn shop. She brought in a TV she claimed to have just bought. She said the TV was broken, and it seems like she wants to get a refund for the TV. But what happens next will leave you speechless.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
I just bought this TV. It's broke.
Yeah, right. There's no way on earth anyone is going to buy that story. Sometimes these customers make you wonder if they don't know the rules about buying items in the pawn shop. The lady explained to Seth that she bought the TV with a crack on it, and it was not working from the very beginning. Seth then asks the lady if she brought her receipt, and she says, no. How don't you have the receipt for an item you claim to have bought the day before? It doesn't make any sense.
Not from us.
It don't look familiar to you?
It looks like a TV, so yeah, in that sense, it looks familiar. But
Not only owe me $50, but you owe me for my DVD.
where's your receipt?
I don't have the... Can you hear me?
Am I the only one who is confused by what's happening? Seems like Seth and Ashley are not on good terms. Seth explained to the angry lady that he couldn't help her if she did not bring in her receipt. Ashley sees them arguing, and she decides to find out what's going on. She comes to the counter to tell the lady to stop yelling at Seth, and Seth tells Ashley to back off. He tells Ashley that he has the situation under control.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Where you going?
I'm gonna get the best service in the world. There you go.
That was rude.
What in the world? This lady must have some anger issues. Now it's pretty obvious that this lady did not buy the TV from the pawn shop. Seeing that the lady was not going to stop yelling, Seth asked one of his security guards to get the lady out of the pawn shop. The security guard takes the TV and drops it at the parking lot of the pawn shop. What does the lady do next? She picks up the TV and she smashes it in the parking lot. Imagine that.
Unreal. Makes no sense.
You want a TV?
Go home. Anger management.
Well, at least we know that that lady is never going to step foot in the pawn shop again. But come on, what was she hoping to achieve by smashing the TV on the ground? She really needs to take some anger management classes, because her anger is way out of control. I wonder what made Seth tell Ashley to stay out of the situation when she was trying to help with the angry lady.
I want an desk by tomorrow morning.
You don't even know what you're looking. My dad reinstated Ashley as a manager. Trip is clearly going to.
Oh, now it makes sense. I think we know why Seth didn't want Ashley in his business. Apparently, Les reinstated Ashley as a manager in the pawn shop, and that gives her the power to oversee Seth's work. Seth feels like the position is getting to her head, and she needs to take a chill pill on how she does things, especially when it relates to him. Seems like we have another sibling war about to erupt.
Hey, Les, there's two guys out here that are saying they were scam tops and that whoever is working with one of them out and talk to them.
All right.
Is there a scammer in the pawn shop? That is going to be crazy. One of the employees walks into Les's office and tells him about a big situation. The employee tells Les that there were two guys at the counter who claim to have been scammed out of their laptops, and whoever did it is working with someone in the pawn shop. Les hears that and immediately springs into action to find out what's going on.
Okay, you pawned something.
Yes.
When did you pawn it?
Today.
Today.
She
Okay.
has a ticket.
This girl told you would meet you at the back door.
Phew, looks like this is a big issue. Now Les goes out to meet the boys who claim to have been scammed. Les asks them what the problem is, and they tell him that a lady in the pawn shop told them that one of the employees would meet them at the back store with the tickets to their laptops so they would walk away with the laptop and the money. Basically, the boys and the lady were supposed to split the money if the deal worked.
A hold on it for you.
That's what we were trying to contact the owner because we want.
I am the owner.
Trying to switch the ticket so she can't have.
Her name so she can come and get him.
Haha, that's what you get for trying to steal from the pawn shop. After narrating their story and telling Les how the deal was supposed to go down, the boys ask Les if they can get their laptops since the lady pawned them. Les tells them that they can't get their laptops because the laptops were pawned in the lady's name and not their names. I wonder what these boys were thinking doing something like that.
Anything for you. But you can find out which one of my employees. I'll give you the computers. Oh, I can make magic happen.
Very sorry.
I am with Les on this one. There should be no room for scamming in the pawn shop. Les makes the boys a deal. He tells them that if they can help him identify the employee who was supposed to help them with the scam, he will make magic happen, and the boys will be able to walk out of the pawn shop with their laptops. Seth feels like it's a waste of time. Well, I guess we'll see if that's the case.
All right, Rodney, so these two guys just came in. And they said the guy that works here that says if you get your laptop at the warehouse and you get the money and then you get your
Looks like everyone is out to catch the scammer. It's going to be all hands on deck at this point. Ashley wants to get to the bottom of the situation. She meets up with Rodney and tells him about the possible scamming situation. She then asks him to give her a list of all the laptops that have made their way into the pawn shop. That way, she's going to be able to track the particular laptops that belong to the boys.
268 722 377. Check that every laptop that should be here is here. And Rodney and I all day. 2544.
Ashley means business. Seems to me like the managerial position Les put her in is starting to pay off. Les heads down to the storage section of the lawn shop and she checks all the laptops one after the other. She's determined to find out which laptops belong to the boys and the employee that pawned them. Once she is able to do that, she'll know who the scammer is. And the plot thickens. I wonder who would want to scam the pawn shop.
5254.
They're still
Seth, don't worry. Get
Not
back
worried
to work.
about it.
So why are you up here? Back to your
getting a
job.
laptop. My sister's just wasting Rodney's time.
Trust me, I have no doubt that Ashley is not going to leave the storage room until she finds what she is looking for. Seth, for some reason, feels like Ashley is wasting her time going through the laptops. He doesn't believe an employee of the pawn shop is going to try to scam them. He believes that the boys who repo the situation are behind this, and they are the ones who are the real scammers. Could he be right?
Well,
Here.
Good.
I'm in charge. So if I have a decision to check them, that's my decision.
good. And if you want to waste a full day taking Rodney around and showing
That's
him
my
around the
char-
back,
There's always something between Ashley and Seth that makes them just want to rip each other's throats out. It's as if they can't help but argue and fight with each other. Ashley rounds up her search for the laptop, and apparently, everything seems to be intact. She didn't find the laptop that belonged to the boys. She comes to report to Les, and Seth starts to laugh at her, saying that he told her that she wasn't going to find anything, and she wasted her time.
Making sure everything was here.
Just to let you know, they were trying to get their laptops. They're back.
oh, let me take this one, Ash. You wasted enough time. I can deal with it.
Is he really asking Seth to allow him to change the names? Yeah, right. That's never gonna happen, kid. While Seth and Ashley are arguing over the issue, an employee comes to tell them that the boys are back for their laptop. Seth decides to handle the situation, and he tells them that the way forward would be for them to file a police report, and that's the only way they would be able to do something about the situation.
Help your business.
I knew that. You were planning a scam against me.
I didn't know about it
You did,
until
you just told me.
it was inside job. And once we back and trying to tell you.
And that's what you get for trying to steal from Les Gold. Hopefully, this teaches him a very good lesson. The boy was trying to plead with Seth to allow him to change the name on the record, but Seth told him that it was not possible. Les then told the kid that he got his karma. He was trying to swindle some quick money from the pawn shop, but in the end, he got swindled of his laptop and money.
Be going to jail right now, but they learned to don't with Let's.
She said she was gonna give me 100.
I told you so. Our current team like that, it was those kids the entire time.
I guess that ends that story. After the boys are escorted out of the pawn shop, Seth goes on to tell Les that he should have listened to him when he said that it was the boys that were trying to run the scam, and none of the employees had anything to do with it. Les did acknowledge the fact that Seth was right, but at the same time, he was happy that they did a thorough investigation just to be sure there was no scam. That's a win-win, if you ask me.
My wife and I bought a house, and she sent me here. She said, see what you can pick up.
Perfect. Let's find some.
You can make a deal with this one over here.
I'll bet I could.
Yeah. This is more in my price range.
I'm good with it.
You know what I'm saying?
If I'm being honest, I don't think I would want to buy a couch that looks like that. I mean, I get that it's a used couch, but it seems to be in very poor condition. This customer right here is looking to get some furniture for a house he just moved into with his wife. He runs down to the pawn shop and sees a couch that catches his eye. The only problem with the couch is that it's dirty and not so appealing to him.
Why is it so freaking dirty?
It's used. That's why it's 97 cents.
Really? Down, man. I'll tell you.
What did he just say? Oh, he just crossed the line. Thank goodness Ashley was not there when he said what he just said. Les explained to the customer that the couch is the way it is because it's not a brand new chair. The customer tells Les that he has $200 and Les should make him a deal. Les then tells the customer that it used to be his chair before he passed it down to his daughter. What he says next is just totally out of this world.
Who the hell does this guy he is? Coming into my store and insulting my family? Okay, it's time to...
Come on, man.
Come on. Here we go.
Yeah, man.
Here, come
Yeah,
on.
man. Come on.
This way.
Don't make my... Come on.
If you ask me, I'd say this man deserves to be treated far worse than how he is being treated right now. The moment the customer said Ashley was nasty, Les lost it, and he was in no mood to listen to whatever the customer had to say. Les gets one of the security guards to have the man escorted out of the building. Les was not going to sit in there and allow some random man to insult his daughter.
You don't come to the man back to them. You don't jump on the furniture. You don't insult his 7-foot, 400-pound bodyguard. Good day.
That man.
That's the taste of Detroit.
That should teach that man a lesson. You don't come into the pawn shop, disrespect the owner of the pawn shop, jump on his furniture, you don't insult his daughter, and lastly, you don't insult his bodyguard. It's definitely going to end badly for you. And this customer learned that the hard way. He can go back to New Jersey and buy some new furniture with his $200. Serves him right.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
What you got?
Vintage 1920s LP device. This thing is weird.
Haha, does look like a choice to me. Let's see if the device is going to give him some hair. Now this elderly man makes his way to the pawn shop. He comes in and says he wants to sell a weird device. He tells Les that the device is supposed to cure all kinds of ailments. He even goes on to make a joke about the employee, saying that it could cure his baldness. I doubt there's a machine on Earth that can do that.
Hey, here.
Let's try it.
Try it?
I don't really like. Let's see. Is it changing? Oh.
Wow.
Whoa.
Just the frequency of the electric
Well, that look answers that question. This device was clearly not made in the 1920s. Les asks the elderly guy if the device works, and he says it does. He turns it on, and it starts to emit electric shocks. Trust me, this device feels more like a torture tool than a device meant for cutting ailments. The elderly man told Les that the device was made in the 1920s, but as you can see, that's wrong. They never made plugs like that in the 1920s. At least we know the device works.
How much you want for this thing?
Oh, it's $175.
How'd you come up?
What they recently sold for online.
What would you really take for it?
150 would be good.
Of course it would. Sure would.
Is it just me, or does it seem like making a deal with this guy is not going to be easy? Les rounds up his inspection of the device and asks the elderly man how much he was looking to get for the item. The first number that pops out of his mouth is $175. Of course, Les makes it clear that he is not going to get that amount. They then start to negotiate, and now the elderly man seems to have brought down his price to $59.
The chief negotiator. Okay, 25, I'll do it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I guess that ends that deal. I'm not surprised that this elderly man referred to Les as the chief negotiator. Les can beat down any price you throw at him. They dance around the price for a bit, and Les eventually tells the elderly man that he is not going to buy the weird device for more than $25. Seeing Les was not ready to change his mind, the elderly man agreed to $25 and they shook hands on it. Now let's see what item is next.
Hi, came to get my...
You have your ticket?
I don't have my ticket. They didn't give me one.
I'm sure.
So I don't have it.
We might have a stubborn customer here. I have a feeling this lady is going to cause a lot of trouble. Now she meets up with an employee at the counter and tells him that she wants to pick up a ring she pawned. The employee asks the lady if she came with her ticket, and she says no, and that she was not given one. That's almost impossible because every customer is always given a ticket. The employee tells her that she's not in the system, and she starts to get very aggressive.
How long ago?
I came here 2 months ago.
And we gave you how much on it?
It was $3,000. I'm in the system.
Well, it's about to go down. Told you this lady was out to make some trouble. The lady remains aggressive, and Seth gets involved. He checks the system, and he sees that the lady is nowhere to be found. He tells her that she's not in their system and gives her back the card she gave him. The lady, filled with so much anger, throws the card right back at Seth, and it turns into a heated argument. This is not going to end well.
No anymore.
Okay, could you put on my ring?
I don't have it.
It's back.
It's not there.
It is.
It's not there.
Robin Thicke looking. Go back on my mother ring.
Phew. And just like that, they are able to get the lady out of the pawn shop. For a second there, I thought she was not going to let go of the pole. You always know a troublemaker when you see one. And this lady fits the perfect description. Seth did not have time for her drama, and he got his security guards to get the lady out of the pawn shop. Even while she was being thrown out, she kept yelling at the top of her voice.
How you doing?
Hey, good, how are you?
Good.
Hey, I'm Gary Halver.
Gary, nice to meet you.
Tell me what I know you got.
I brought you a...
I'm pretty excited. It's not every day.
Man, that car is cool as hell. I don't think there's an action movie that didn't use this car back in the day. You can bet that the customer is going to want a fortune for it. Now this gentleman parks a 1981 DeLorean at the entrance of the pawn shop. Seth sets his eyes on the car and he is immediately interested in it. Like he said, it's not every day you get to see a car this iconic come to the pawn shop.
So let me ask you a question. Take us back to 1981. Badass. This is a rare find. This car was only in production and it's all staying. Can't wait to take it for a
Ha ha ha. Les is just a big baby when it comes to spectacular cars. While Seth was admiring the car, Les asked the customer if the car would take them back in time, and the customer said yes. Les wanted to have a feel of the car and he took it for a spin around the parking lot. When he was done, his facial expression said it all. The car is amazing. Looks like it took him back in time after all. Now that he knows the cat works just fine, it's time for the big question.
Yeah.
Why?
If I told you 50, you'd offer me. That's kind of where I want to be.
That was easy. So now we're already at 50%.
Well, that's kind of a big minus. Why would a car this iconic have an odor? That's just heartbreaking. Les gets down to the price conversation, and he asks the customer how much he wants for the car. The customer told him that he wanted to sell the car for $50,000. He then cut the price in half and told Les that if he was being realistic, he would take $24,000. The only problem Les has with the car is that it smells.
14?
14.
God, no way.
You can buy them for that.
Junk. I've been looking.
Yeah.
They're not
Junk.
that.
Find a good one for 14.
For that kind of money, this car should.
At this point, I don't think this car is going to get sold. This customer does not seem to like any of the figures that are being offered to him. Les examined that the smell is the major reason why he wants to buy the car for a lower price. The customer was offered $14,000 as the bidding price, but he declined it. Seth took the offer to $16,000, and the customer still insisted that it was far from what he wanted. He might as well forget about selling the car.
Thanks, man.
All right, that's all right. Thanks.
Great looking car.
Appreciate it, guys.
If it would have been the price, there was no question. We would have bought it.
There goes that deal. We can't say we did not expect something like this to happen, given the fact that the prices Seth and Les offered to him were not good enough for the customer. You could see that Les was ready to go all the way to buy this car, but the customer just wasn't ready to sell at the price Les wanted. Buying a car that stinks for $25,000 is something Les would never do.